the presiding judge, ambassadors, Governor Mike Sonko, and you can notice I have no problem calling you Governor. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin by congratulating my friend Mike Sonko as the new governor of Nairobi City County. And I do this well aware as a Christian that is God who chooses leaders and installs governments and rules the realm of mankind according to his purpose. I wish to thank Nairobians for giving myself and Mweke this great responsibility, entrusting us with the affairs of the city as the first governor and deputy governor. After the promulgation of the new constitution that gave birth to the county governments, we are humbled by their trust in us. We are proud of having steered the greatest county in Kenya through this time of great change. We worked to implement devolution while working to put the affairs of the city in order. May it suffice for me simply to say, thank you, Nairobi, and thank you, Nairobians. I'm thankful to everybody, the ambassadors that I worked with, the former city mayors. I can see Mr. Kahara there with Joa Cage. I want to thank all the leaders, the ministers, the PSS, and the many ambassadors we worked with. I'm eternally grateful to my family, especially my wife Susan, who's right here, my children, and the greater family who helped me during this time. Today, Nairobi has witnessed the hallmark of democracy, transfer of power from one freely elected governor to the next one, Mike Sonko. I committed to Nairobians that my administration would ensure the smoothest possible transition, and this is what we've been here to do. When I was elected as the first governor of Nairobi in March 2013, the list of challenges seemed endless. I walked into City Hall where workers had not been paid for a long time. Infrastructure was dilapidated. Public transport was insufficient. And our signature health institution and education facilities were as well dilapidated. The staff were demoralized and largely serviced informal settlements, which account for 60% of where Nairobians stay. In addressing these concerns and many others pertaining to day-to-day management of the affairs of the city, as the first county administration, we first needed to put in place legislation that guided our work, and the county, we use County Government Act, the Public Finance Management Act, Procurement Act, and others which we put in place. Yes, Governor Sonko, as you can see, as I said before, I have no problem calling you with governor because I recognize that today you're the governor of Nairobi. If there's one thing that nobody doubts, Governor Sonko, we both love this city. Me and you, like jealous lovers, fought, pushed, and often even called each other names in trying to prove our worth to the people of Nairobi. As I reflect, I can't but help wonder where I would have been if we had worked much closer. Nairobi has chosen you, but that doesn't mean that I don't want the best for her. To this end, Governor, my one request to you is this. We have given Nairobi many gifts, and we're working on giving her significantly more. I'd request that you continue with some of the many projects that we started. I'm proud to say we ran a government and promoted a city with better inter-ethnic relations. And it's true to say that during my term, we did not see as many demonstrations as we used to see, nor walls. There was no room for tribalism in my government, and there cannot be in Nairobi. We also embarked on ambitious plans, and Governor Sonko, one particular one I want to plead with you is the urban regeneration, the rebuilding of Ngara, Pangani, Fort Jesus, and those ones that we've already started. Governor, as President Abraham Lincoln once said, elections belong to the people. Elections belong to the people. It is their decision. What my team and I have done is there for everyone to see, and I know posterity will judge fairly as the first pioneers of devolution. It is my hope and prayer that these projects will be realized. However, it would not be fair for me to pretend that this job is a bed of roses. Actually, as I was walking and I saw the many hats and the many red, the red covered, I thought they were going to say, Kidero must go. The biggest challenge facing the vision we set out for the city council is adequate funding, as the CR formula did not take into account the unique nature of services and the corresponding financial requirements. This is something I fought passionately for, and I hope that we will now take over this fight. Without this change, your government will face tremendous challenges, as mine did, and Nairobi City administrators will not be able to deliver what is expected of them. The debt burden which I carried, and you'll continue with, can only be resolved by the national government acting as Nairobians do and paying for their services. And I hope the 73 billion will be paid during your time. As the old adage goes, there is no free lunch. There will be tough times, and there are those who will try to distract and discourage you. Only someone who has walked in your shoes knows where the shoe pinches. It is very easy to criticize from the outside. Let nobody discourage you. Remember these famous words of President Thomas Jefferson. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points where the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of the deeds could have gone wrong. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who comes short again and again, because there's no effort without trying and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best knows in the end the triumph of the Most High, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring so greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. I conclude by urging all Nairobians that is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our wonderful city succeeds and that Kenya prospers. That must be our commitment as citizens. Always remember, I too want only the best for Nairobi, and I will continue to do what I can to ensure that Nairobi succeeds. My wife Susan says that she's glad to have me back from the other woman who's Nairobi. But know that I'm always available for consultation if you need me. I take this time to wish all of you and your team the best of success as you play your role in our nation building. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Nairobi, and God bless Kenya. And now I have the pleasure to hand over to you the documents that I believe you will need as you manage Nairobi.
Okay, without wasting time, I now want to invite the man who has been called the mannequin of those left behind in Kenya, the hummingbird of the city of Nairobi who serves everybody without looking at class or